Welcome back to the channel. Today we will tackle the perfect asset allocation for investors. Last video, we worked on creating a budget, getting an emergency fund started, and getting rid of credit card debt. With those items in our rear view, we will set a plan to grow our money, like the line at a free buffet. Asset allocation is a fancy way of saying, this is how I am going to divide up my money. Think of it this way. If you were the GM of a football team and you have a salary cap, you can only spend a certain amount of money on offense and defense. The offense being growth and the defense being protection in times of uncertainty. Setting up the correct asset allocation may be the single biggest factor in determining whether you retire wealthy or spend your golden years couch surfing. The truth is that successful investors don't build wealth by chasing hot stocks. They build wealth by putting the right percentage of their money into the right asset classes at the right stage in life. There is a traditional financial formula used to determine the percentage of an investment portfolio that should be allocated to stocks and bonds. It's the 100 minus age rule, with the remaining balance placed in bonds. You will simply subtract 100 from your current age. So, if you are 20, you subtract 100 minus 20, and your allocation is 80% stocks and 20% bonds. But times are always changing. Now, there is the remix. The modern, updated formula is 110 minus age. If you are aggressive and really want to grab the bull by the horns, there is the 120 minus age. With that foundation set, let's get into the asset allocation for each decade. In your 20s, we spoke about having a lot of time, but your job situation, your career, and earnings may not be stable. You have a high cost of living. You're balancing your personal and dating life. It can seem overwhelming. But you need to scrape every dollar you have like you are scraping your mom's lasagna tray for that last morsel. Be disciplined and commit to setting aside monthly contributions, whether you're the dog, the thimble, or the wheelbarrow. We all start from go. Your portfolio should look like this. Traditional, 100 minus 20 equals 80% stocks, 20% bonds. Modern, 110 minus 20 equals 90% stocks, 10% bonds. Aggressive, 120 minus 20 equals 100% stocks. Your 30s are often when life gets serious. Youthful expectations meets reality. You are continuing to build a career and realizing you are in the 9-to-5 loop. You may be getting married, buying a home, having children. You are trying to craft the lifestyle you want, but your responsibilities are increasing, and you are trying to maintain your physical and mental well-being. You should have Mary J. Blige, No Drama, on repeat, and keep the monthly contributions coming. You're still at least 30 years away from retirement. Your portfolio should look like this. Traditional, 100 minus 30 equals 70% stocks, 30% bonds. Modern, 110 minus 30 equals 80% stocks, 20% bonds. Aggressive, 120 minus 30 equals 90% stocks, 10% bonds. Your 40s. You have a lot going on. You're raising these kids who all have their mouths open like baby birds. They're sucking you dry like a tick. You're worrying about career stagnation, promotion bottleneck, work-life balance. Your parents are getting older. Stress and health management becomes paramount. But keep making monthly contributions. You have 20 years until retirement. Did I mention the wife? Your portfolio should look like this. Traditional, 100 minus 40 equals 60% stocks, 40% bonds. Modern, 110 minus 40 equals 70% stocks, 30% bonds. Aggressive, 120 minus 40 equals 80% stocks, 20% bonds. Your 50s. You got your AARP card. You're worried about job security because Steven Spielberg in 2001 decided to make a movie called AI. You are worried about retirement readiness. You are officially in the sandwich generation. You are navigating financial and emotional support for your aging parents while simultaneously helping young adult children navigate life. You are looking at life and saying, where did all the time go? But the clock seems to be speeding up. But keep making monthly contributions. You have 10 years until retirement. Your portfolio should look like this. Traditional, 100 minus 50 equals 50% stocks, 50% bonds. Modern, 110 minus 50 equals 60% stocks, 40% bonds. Aggressive. 120 minus 50 equals 70% stocks, 30% bonds. In your 60s. You're thanking God every day that you still have a job. You are torn between retiring and needing the income. You're worried about outliving your savings, loss of employee benefits, chronic illnesses, and soaring medical costs. You're buying lottery tickets by the handful, but you have followed all the steps I laid out, so this isn't you. You have amassed wealth that can comfortably sustain you. You have built a portfolio designed to sustain you for the long term. Good, well done. Your portfolio should look like this. Traditional, 100 minus 60 equals 40% stocks, 60% bonds. Modern, 110 minus 60 equals 50% stocks, 50% bonds. Aggressive, 120 minus 60 equals 60% stocks, 40% bonds. One last thing. Let's talk rebalancing, something investors never do. Here's how it works. Suppose your target allocation is 80% stocks and 20% bonds. After a strong bull market, stocks might grow to 90% of your portfolio. Your risk level is now much higher than the asset allocation for your age. The profits look really good, and you want to let it ride. Well, this is not Las Vegas. Sell the winners, lock in the profits, and stick to the plan. Return your portfolio to its target percentages. Many successful investors do this once per year. It's one of the simplest ways to control risk while systematically buying low and selling high. The investors who become wealthy aren't usually the smartest. They're the most disciplined. They stick with the plan while everyone else is chasing the next shiny object. To get to this point, you need consistent monthly contributions. Ignore the noise, and let time do the heavy lifting. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to Road to Wealth, and leave a comment below telling me your age and what percentage of your portfolio is currently invested in stocks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.